What's up, everyone? My name is Drika, and I am the founder of Saving Sense. And I asked you guys to send me your top financial concerns and questions, and I got a lot of them, but I don't really like long videos. I'm doing a longer video than normal, but I don't like super long videos, so I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes today. But today I'm going to be giving you my best financial tips and advice based off of what I would do and how I've consulted some of my clients in the past. But if you like what you see, please give this video a thumbs up. And also feel free to look at the bio. There's going to be tons of great resources there. I have lots of free things and also some affordable services and products that may benefit you. If you like what you see here, let me know. And if there's things that you feel like you might need and benefit from, but you're not sure, just hit me up so I can see how I can best help you and serve you today. So let's get into the Q&A. And like I said, I'm not doing them all, but I want you to look forward to maybe some other segments that will include more, because I just don't want to overdo it. So first question of today. Hi, I saw your video about financial literacy and I wanted to ask about keeping up with inflation. I've been trying my hardest to avoid lifestyle creep, but with everything going up, I'm holding on by the hem of this cloth. Any real advice would be appreciated. Okay, so I love this question. There's actually two components to the question. One is keeping up with inflation, and two is lifestyle creep. These are two different concepts, but they tie in together for the full picture. Here's what I would do, and here's what you need to know. First, inflation happens at a rate of about 2 to 4% every single year. This year has been different though, because we've been having tariffs and policy changes and all types of things that have been really jacking up the prices. The best thing that you can do to protect your money and to make sure that you don't lose value to inflation is to put it in a high yield savings account, an HYSA. So these types of accounts, you can get FDIC insured with zero account fees and minimums. And this is going to allow you to earn some interest on your money while you are also trying to save and beat out inflation. So right now, the interest rates are anywhere between 3 and 4%, some at 4.5%. But you can find some really good high yield savings accounts. And if you need a resource, I want you to look at the link in the bio. There's going to be one for the HYSA list. I have it for free. All you got to do is fill out the information and it'll be sent right to your inbox. The next part of the question is about lifestyle creep. So this normally happens when income changes for the better, right? We get paid a little bit more, but we start creeping up our lifestyle because we're getting paid more. Here's what I want you to do. Budget, right? The best thing that you can do for yourself to make sure that you can protect your money and grow your wealth and not become a victim to lifestyle creep is to actually start investing your money. So I want you to budget, right? I want you to enjoy some money, but I want you to budget to have something that you can enjoy it with, some other part of your money that you can save or pay off debts with, and then another part of your money to start investing even more. If you're not already investing, start. And if you are investing, invest more. That is the only way that you can defeat lifestyle creep. Not to say that you shouldn't spend money on, going to coffee shops or hanging out with your friends or, traveling. I want you to do that because money is a tool. Money is a tool to afford the life that you want to live and be the person that you want to be. Do that, but budget for it appropriately so you can take care of you now and take care of you in the future. Next question. Hi, I really enjoy your TikToks, and I'm glad you are doing a Q&A because I have been very skeptical to talk to anyone about money online. Here's my question. I'm 34, a soon-to-be single parent, due in 3.5 months, and I don't know how to prepare my finances for a baby. I want to work until my due date, and I have maternal leave for a short period of time, and then I have to return to my job soon because I need my full paycheck back. I have no family guidance or support. What do I do? Okay, here's what I would do. And thank you for being vulnerable with a stranger online. But here's what I would do. I would first make sure that you have a solid emergency fund. Because you are going to be a single parent, you need to have at least minimum 6 months of emergency reserves saved for you and baby. That means that if you need 8 months, great. If you need 12 months, great. And I just want you to be prepared so that even when you are on short-term disability during the time of your maternity leave, which is pretty normal for most mothers, you're going to be getting a portion of your paycheck, but not all of it. So I want you to also look at budgeting for what that will look like when your paycheck is different. The next thing I would have you do, or the next thing that I would do, is look at your local pregnancy resource centers. They have plenty of free resources. And I mean like food, diapers, clothes, and just, financial resources, supplies, just to help support you as a new mother. Especially, it's from what I'm getting from this question, it sounds like it may be your first child. So especially if you've never been a parent before, they have tons of things for you to. And if you have been a parent before, then you can still benefit from these programs. But check those out. Check out this type of program to see if there's something that you can get from this that'll help you kind of buffer what you're having a hard time affording. It is difficult to be a single parent. I know, not because I'm a single parent, because I was a child to a single parent, and I know how difficult it is to constantly make these sacrifices. I don't know where I would be today if my mom didn't make these sacrifices, and I know that you can do it. And I think it's super admirable that you were already thinking about how you can be proactive for yourself and for your upcoming child. So early congratulations. It sounds like you got 3.5 months left, and I am just hoping for all of your success. If you need anything from me, feel free. You can reach out. My email is in the resources below in the bio. Please check that out. See if there's anything that I can do to help. You can send me an email, or you can take advantage of some of the free resources that I have, or you can, book a session with me to see how I can best help you. But good luck, and I hope that helps. All right, next question. Hi, I'm reaching out with my financial question. What are your thoughts on financial advisors, and how does one pick a good financial advisor? Any recommendations on what to look for or what to avoid? I have had instances where people approach me as financial advisors but end up being insurance people, salespeople. Okay. This is very common, and financial advisor is such a loose term, so a lot of people use it, and yeah, they end up being insurance salesmen or insurance brokers. Don't fall for this, right? Your financial advisors are mostly going to be like CPAs, CFPs, CFAs, financial consultants, even with certifications. But ultimately, it's an umbrella term, and anyone can call themselves an advisor. But if you are looking for a very specific financial advisor, I definitely recommend that you look for someone who is a fiduciary. So fiduciary is someone who has an obligation to act in your best interest. That is the type of financial advisor that you need to look for if you are looking for a financial advisor. Some are going to be paid on a percentage, and some are going to be paid a flat rate fee. You can pick from there. Do I think everyone needs a financial advisor? No, I don't even have one, and I've been able to build my portfolio over 6 figures without a financial advisor. It's just a matter of, knowing what your options are and seeing what you can do to best support yourself and your goals. But there you go. All right, next question. I've seen you talk about finances between couples. I'm dating this guy right now that I kind of like, but we haven't talked about money yet. We've been seeing each other for 2 months, and I'm not sure if it's serious, but when should I bring up money? As soon as you can, I guess. If it's been 2 months, it sounds like you're still contemplating whether or not this is serious. And I think the best way to see if this is serious is to talk about money. Because if you guys aren't financially compatible, then maybe you don't want to take on that risk, right? I think relationships should be looked at. I think it's lovely. I think it's romantic, blah, blah, blah. But I think financial topics should be a part of relationship compatibility. And I think that you should start talking about that before you start talking about marriage, if that's on the table for you guys. How late is too late to start investing? I love your TikToks, but I'm afraid it might be too late for me. It's never too late to start investing. I think that everyone, regardless of age, should be investing. And it's going to be a little bit different depending on how old you are, if you are retired or if you are about to retire, or maybe you're 7 years old, or maybe you're 25 years old. It's just that your investment options are going to be different. So I do advise that if there are certain things that you're looking for, or there's certain goals that you have, just hit me up. My email is below. I want you to try and figure out what is the best strategy for your specific goals by actually talking about what your goals are. But I can help you with that. If not, if you're like, I just kind of want to learn a little bit more, I want you to check out the Investing 101 course. It is available. It's affordable. It's digital. You have 24/7 access to it and all of the updates that I provide on that. And I think it's just a really great way to get all of the basics down so you can understand what your options are. I'm at the 10 minutes, but I got one more that I'm going to do and then I'll wrap it up. So another person said, I keep hearing about Roth IRAs. Can I open one for my kids? Yes and no. So Roth IRAs are fantastic accounts, right? But I will say this, if I were a parent, I would never open a Roth IRA for my kid without first maxing out my own retirement. Take care of yourself first before you take care of others, right? Put your oxygen mask on first before you try to save someone else, right? That's what they say on the plane. You need to make sure that you have financially taken care of yourself before you can try to take care of somebody else. That's like you being paycheck to paycheck and someone asks you for $100. Are you going to give it to them and then go into debt when they could have gone into debt themselves? I would sure hope not. Now, if you can share, that's great, but don't put yourself in a bind trying to uplift someone else. Yes, you can open a Roth IRA for your kids, but your kids have to be working and filing taxes. And right now, the contribution limits for 2026 are $7,500. If your kid is working and let's say they only make $5,000 for the year, you cannot max out to $7,500 because their income did not exceed that. So you have to be making income, working income that you can file taxes on in order to contribute to the Roth IRA. Don't get in trouble trying to sneak around because the IRS will find out and they will come get you. It's that simple. I have plenty of more questions. I know I went over just a little bit, but I did want to answer some of these. I'm going to do another video. I might just make this into a segment where I do Q&As because I really enjoyed getting all of you guys' questions and I'm still getting some today. And I want to make sure that I can answer as many of them as possible because it gives me a chance to just talk to you guys and build a little bit more relationships with you and connect. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what your feedback is. You can tell me in the comments. You can send me a private message. But I love to do this. I love to help. Finance is one of those topics where it's just so taboo to talk about. And I just want to change the narrative. Knowledge is wealth. And I want you to build your wealth financially and with education. I will see you next time. Thanks for your time.